rational expressions. And so the first example up here on the board is one like what we ended with on Friday. And so we have 1 over 16a plus 5 over 12b minus 9 over 10b cubed. And our goal is going to be to go ahead and add that together so that our final answer just has one numerator and one denominator. So in order to do that, we need to find the LCM between 16a, 12b, and 10b cubed. So we need to find the LCM between this, this, and this. So the first place I would probably start with is we need to find the LCM with 16, 12, and 10. So if you remember, we had a nifty way to do that. What we would do is we would do this, remember? And then we would find a number that goes into all three. And is there a number that goes into all three? 2. So 2 goes into 16, 8. 2 goes into 12, 6. 2 goes into 10, 5. Then what would you do? 2 goes into 8 and 6, 4 and 3. Anything else? So then how do you find the LCM? You multiply all of these together. So 2 times 2 times 4 times 3 times 5. What is it? 240. Now, also when I'm finding the LCM, I need to find the LCM with the variables. And so what will be the power of A that I use? A. What's the power of B that I use? B cubed. So what I need to do is make each of those individual fractions, I need to make them have a denominator of 240AB cubed. So how do you make 16 the number 240? What do you multiply it by? 15. So I'm going to multiply that by 15b cubed. And I'm also going to multiply the top by 15b cubed. What about the bottom? What are you going to multiply that by? AB squared. Okay, what do you multiply the 9 by? 24 what? A. So let's go ahead and look at the top of the first fraction. The top of the first fraction will be 15b cubed. Plus, what will the top of the second fraction be? 100ab squared minus 216a, and all of that will be divided by 240ab cubed. And there you go. Questions? Not too bad. We've got 2 more examples we're going to look at. And now what you see is that we've now got some quantities here. So instead of it just being like a single term in the bottom, we've now got a couple of terms. So as you're writing that down, I want you to think, where am I going to start? So do we have any ideas? Start with what? Yep, factor. Yeah, factor. Factor this right here. And what is that factor to be? Good. And so now we need to find the LCM between those two terms. So we need to find the LCM between y minus 3 here and then this quantity right here. Okay. What do you think the LCM is going to be? Gotta make sure I got the pen, sorry. Y minus 3 times y minus 9. Good. And so that's going to be my LCM. And so what do you need to do in order to make sure that both of them have the same denominators? Times which one? The top one by y minus 9. Do you need to times the second term by anything? No, because it's already got both denominators, and that's fine. And so really what ends up happening is I end up having 8 times y minus 9 plus 2y minus 5, and then all of that is over y minus 9 times y minus 3. Now we need to distribute the 8. When I distribute the 8, what does this become? Minus 72. So then when I'm moving to my final answer, what I'm doing is I'm looking to add like terms together. And so I have an 8y here and a 2y here, which makes 10y. 10y minus 77 all over y minus 9 times y minus 3. Questions on that? Let's try another one of those. Okay. 4y over y squared minus y minus 6 plus y plus 2 over y squared minus 12y plus 27. What do you think you're going to do? Factor. What is the bottom factor to be? Y minus 3? Y plus 2. Good. What is this one factor to be? Y minus 9? Y minus 3? So what is my LCM going to be? Y minus 3. Y plus 2. And then y minus 9. Good. So really, what am I missing from the first term? Y minus 9. Okay, so I'm missing the y minus 9 right here. What am I missing from the second term? Y plus 2. Now, if you notice with this one, I've got a quantity times a quantity, so I'm going to have to go ahead and FOIL that out. Okay, so that one gets a lot of fun. So here I'm going to have 4y times y minus 9 plus y plus 2 times y plus 2. And it's all going to be over y minus 3 times y plus 2 times y minus 9. So the very first thing I'm going to do is distribute the 4y. And when I distribute the 4y, I get 4y squared minus 36y. Now from this next bunch, what I'm going to do is I'm going to FOIL that out. So I need to take first times first. So first times first is what? Y squared. Outer terms is what? Inner terms is what? And last terms are 4. So now I'm looking for common terms. What do you get for your common terms? 5y squared, good. Minus 32y, yep, plus 4. Now those of you that didn't get that, here's your 4y squared and y squared, that makes 5. You have a negative 36y plus 2, which gives you negative 32, and then you're left with 4 by itself. Denominator here will be y minus 3 times y plus 2 times y minus 9. And that is going to be your final answer. Questions? These are going to take a little longer than what you did on Friday. Okay, and they'll probably take a little bit more paper as well. So any questions? All right, here you go. 541, I think I gave this to you Friday, 18 through 27. So you'll need to go ahead and finish the problems that you didn't get to on Friday, and this will be due tomorrow at the start of class. Okay?
What did we do on Friday?
The same thing. We did the first part of this lesson, so.